So I've been dismantling it and I've been finding an awful lot of damage as expected. The problem is that although it doesn't look too badly damaged on the outside, or there are some significant dents, and as I said, the whole thing's warped. The problem is that the keys, the buttons, all connect directly to the internal mechanism, and in general you'll find that if you press one key down it locks out other keys, and that's obviously all done by the mechanics inside. When you try and then force keys down that don't want to go down, invariably something is going to break if you press them hard enough, and that's what's been happening here. It's bent a lot of shafts, it's ripped teeth off gears and this sort of thing. So as an example, this is the ratchet for the multiplier, and you can see the tooth that was engaged at the time it was dropped has just been sheared off. So what I've been doing is making up some replacement parts. I was going to make a complete new one of these, but I think what I'll do is just put a new tooth in. If that doesn't work, I'll make an entire new piece, but hopefully I can repair this just enough to hopefully get through the rest of the machine, and then if it can be repaired, then I'll make some better parts up later. But this is what happens when things are badly packed. It pretty much destroys them. It's almost a scrap machine, but I'm hoping I can recover it to a certain degree. One of the things I have done so far is I have managed to straighten the carriage. So I stripped the carriage down completely, and essentially it's built on a single, a fairly substantial piece of steel, and that's what was bent over. It was bent about 5mm down at this end, and from about here to here there was a kind of bend in it. Luckily I've got a hydraulic press that I got fairly fine control on, so I was able to make up some stops and bend it straight. It still had a bit of a kink in it, so I just ran the mill over it and took a few thousandths off, and now it is nice and flat again. Everything seems to turn as it should, and it slides back and forth quite smoothly. There are a couple of stripped gears under here. Again, they would have been the ones that were engaged when it was dropped, but I can probably cut some new gears. They're made of brass, so they're fairly easy to machine new ones. As I said, I've been finding this this sort of damage as I've been going through it, along with the usual stuck shafts and the like. But unfortunately there's going to be a bit of a saga getting this going again, but I'll stick with it for a while and see if I can get it back to life. So what I've done is cut a notch where the broken tooth was, kind of a dovetail shape to give a bit more purchase for the new tooth. I'll now cut a tooth from a piece of tool steel, file it to shape. I'll then silver solder it into the dovetail, and then form the tooth profile, and hopefully that will be strong enough to do the job. But if I need to in the future, I'll make up an entire new piece. But this is just to get the machine up and running and see what other faults there are. Okay, so there it is. Maybe not the world's neatest repair job, but it should certainly suffice for testing. The way I made it in the end was to cut a piece of tool steel to the right profile that fitted the dovetail. It's quite a tight fit in there, then painted over so it was a very strong mechanical fit, and then soldered in place and then filed it to the right profile. It should be fine, quite strong. Should do the job for a while. If I get the machine working, then I might make a new one from scratch, but that will do for now.